G'day guys, my name's Dave Tran and welcome to another Guitar Zero to Hero song tutorial. And in this lesson I'll be teaching you how to play Be My Mistake by the 1975. Now for the basics of this song you'll need your guitar in standard tuning and you'll need a capo on the first fret of your guitar. The guitar I'm using in this video today is a Cold Cluck Little Lady in Blackwood, and if you want to find out more there's a link in the description below. Now if you want to master your chords back to front, then be sure to head over to guitarzerotohero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook, or if you want to take your guitar to the next level then check out Guitar Zero to Hero Premium, which is my complete step-by-step guitar course. So let's jump into the intro, and first I'm going to show you the strumming pattern that we're going to be using for this section of the song. Now this song is in 6/8 timing, so it has a sort of waltz feel to it. Now the strumming pattern we're going to use here, it goes like this: down, up, down, up, down, down, down. Now in terms of our chords, our intro has a C chord, and then we have an F. Now for the F chord, I suggest you play it with your thumb reaching over the top to hit the first fret of the 6th string, and the rest of the fingers come into place like a normal F chord. This shape is the alternative to the regular F bar chord, but we're going to need to use this version because we'll need access to these open strings later to get those nice hammer-on sounds that Matthew plays. So we had our C, our F, we do our C and F again, then for our second line of chords we have C, G, and back to F. So let's take the strumming pattern we learned before and apply it to our first few chords. So our C, down, up, down, 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 down. Now you can play it as simply as that if you wanted to, but if you want to add the hammer-ons which make that riff sound really special, then this is what we're going to do. For our last 3 down strums of this strumming pattern, we have variations to the chord shape. So for the first down strum, you'll lift your middle finger, and as soon as we strum, you're going to hammer on that middle finger into place. So like that. The second of these last 3 down strums, you'll just lift your middle finger and strum it like normal. And then for the last down strum, you'll put your middle finger back down and strum a regular C chord. So those last 3 down strums. And in total for the strumming pattern. And then we go to our F chord shape. And we're going to basically be doing the exact same thing for this F chord shape. Except now your middle finger is now hammering onto the 2nd fret of the 3rd string and not the 4th string like the C chord. So with the F chord, so remember for the last 3 down strums, the first strum is a hammer on, the second strum you lift that middle finger, and the last down strum you put that middle finger back down. So altogether the first line with those hammer-on variations will sound like this. For our second line of chords, we'll be going to a C. We'll be doing that hammer-on variation as well there. When we go to our G chord, what we're playing is a little bit different. But again, on those last 3 down strums, this is where we have slight variations. But you can play the strumming pattern by itself like this: down, up, down, up, down, 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 if you wanted to. You don't need to do the variations. So for the last 3 down strums of this G, the first strum is going to be normal. The second strum, you're going to take your index finger, move it down to the 2nd fret of the 4th string, strum that, and then the last down strum is just you hitting the open 6th string by itself, whilst you transition to your next chord, which is the F. So that G, and then we go to our F. Now for these last 2 Fs, we're going to mix up the strumming pattern a little bit. The strumming pattern will just go like this: down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So altogether, the intro will just sound like this. Next we move on to verse number 1, and again we have 2 lines of chords here. So our first line of chords, the C to the F, the C to the F, is going to be exactly the same as the intro. We have those hammer-on variations there. But of course, if you don't want to play them, then just strum the strumming pattern like normal. For our second line of chords though, we're just going to be using that second strumming pattern that we learnt, which just goes down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Now up here in the annotations, if you see 2 chords within one set of brackets, that just means that those 2 chords are within one strumming pattern. So we have a C, and then that goes to a C/B, so just take your middle finger, put it onto the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and then we have A minor, and then C/G, like that, and then we play an F sus2. So F sus2 is the same as our F chord shape with our thumb like this, except you're lifting your middle finger. That's for 1 full strumming pattern, and then we go to G for 1 full strumming pattern. So altogether, verse 1 will sound like this. Next we get to verse number 2, and our first line of chords, C, F, C, F, again has that hammer-on variation, so nothing new to learn there. For our second line of chords, we have a C first. We're going to be doing the hammer-on riff there, and then we go to a G chord, and we're just going to be playing that strumming pattern down, up, down, up, down, 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 with no hammer-on variations there. When we go to our F sus2, we're just going to be playing this for our second strumming pattern that we've learnt, which goes down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. When we go to our final G, we're going to be doing that small variation that we had in the intro, which sounds like this. So in total, verse number 2, which is also the same as verse 3, sounds like this. Next we get to the chorus, and there's 4 lines of chords. We're going to be using our second strumming pattern throughout the whole chorus, which sounds like this. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Now up here in the annotations, if you see 2 chords within one set of brackets, that just means that they're within one strumming pattern. So those chords are a bit shorter than the other chords. Now all the chord shapes up here you already know, except for one, which is G/G sharp. Now, to play that, you only need to take your ring finger, put it on the 4th fret relative to the capo of the 6th string, and we want to mute the 5th string. So you can use your middle finger to do that if you want, so just lightly touch that string so it doesn't ring out, or you can just rest your ring finger across that string so that 5th string doesn't ring out. But you want to hit the open 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings, and that's G/G sharp. It might sound a little strange, but in the context of the chord progression, it sounds nice. So altogether, with the strumming pattern and the chords, this is what the chorus will sound like. After the chorus, there's a short break, and it's just the C to the F and the C to the F with that hammer-on riff that we've learnt earlier in the song. So after the break, there's verse number 3, which is the same as verse number 2. There's a final chorus, which we've already learnt, and then we have an outro, which is just that hammer-on riff, the C to the F, the C to the F, until the end of the song. Now, as I mentioned at the start, you don't necessarily need to play those hammer-on fills. You can just do the normal strumming pattern for the full chord. But if you want to play as closely to the recorded version, then you do want to add those hammer-ons. So now I'll be playing through the song in its entirety, and I'll have a vocal track on top for some context. So feel free to play this back as many times as you'd like to practice play along to, and see how you go. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Be sure to head over to guitarzerotohero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook. Or if you want to take your guitar to the next level, then check out Guitar Zero to Hero Premium, which is my complete step-by-step guitar course. As always, it would mean the world if you could hit that like button, hit subscribe, click the little notification bell as well so that you don't miss out on my updates. Please leave your thoughts, comments, questions and requests down below, and I'll see you guys next time on Guitar Zero to Hero. Cheers.